The purpose of photography is very clear, which cannot be replaced by the critics or the time, by any other art form, be it painting, be it writing, be it anything else. The purpose of photography is to capture the time we live in. Because that time that we capture is going to be a visual history of tomorrow. Everything matters to me. Every subject is important. But somehow I prefer more of a candid documentation of life, nature, anything and everything, you know. First time when I went to photograph Mother Teresa and her work, way back in 1970, when she was little known, first thing she told me that, listen, here we have poorest of the poor and we look after them. We take care of them in whatever meager way that we can. When you photograph these human beings, make sure that their dignity is retained. And she says something very beautiful. When Christ was suffering, I was not there to nurse him. So all those who are suffering, they are my Christ. So you have to keep the dignity. For me, love, tenderness is the most precious expression of man that can't be ignored, you know. Because everything else can be ugliness and sadness and wars and famines and droughts and this and that we keep doing for various magazines and newspapers and journalism and blah blah. The difference between me and other photographers photographing in India, the foreign photographers, because I was born and brought up here, because I'm familiar with the smells and energies, and I can close my eyes and walk around and I can sniff and smell my country. So the intuitive details and those aspects of our lives are inbuilt inside me, and I can pick them up very quickly. And those little tender details and nuances, maybe I can capture it better because I am an Indian. But I will not say this is Indian eye. When your connectivity with the situations is complete, you're connected with every inch of space. Now, if you're looking at so much space, especially in Mahakumbh, where millions are moving simultaneously, now you couldn't be aware of every person, every individual in that space, but there is an overall sense of connectivity with the rhythm of that space. That everything comes into a kind of a rhythm that is me. That is my rhythm. That's the music inside me. Each one of us, I think, we have some kind of music, some kind of poetry living in us, some kind of rhythm playing in us. So when we look at the world, that poetry, that rhythm, that music comes into play. And the elements get connected within that rhythm, within that aesthetics. When I became a photographer, I became a photographer full-time. A camera I'll carry anywhere and everywhere and all the time. This everydayness of daily life became my most precious part of experience that I wanted to relate to, you know. This is mundane, this is ordinary, and yet we are there. And within those situations, there are moments when they sprout, they speak something so basic, something so original. I was the kind who never cared what the news was. I will go to a situation and I will make myself available mentally, physically and spiritually, and wait for the situations to talk to me. And as they whispered to me, or they nudged me, or they kicked me, and I responded. You know, in terms of photography, I haven't done enough on children, but certainly they are my most favorite today. Even if they are 14, 16 or whatever the age, see the energy and the body language has such a feel about them. of its own kind, because they haven't been contaminated, especially the young ones. They have so much of innocence and tenderness in their eyes, on their cheeks, in their face, on their lips, that I drink from there. And I drink so much of tenderness and innocence from their eyes, from their faces. That's what rejuvenates me. Tomorrow, if I give it back to life again, that image that I had taken, can life continue to move without a stutter? The purity of it, the simplicity of it, that I have frozen a moment in that space. Okay, I want to put it back. It should start moving and doing the same dance again. This is the purity of my act, which is precious to me.